G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and this is the showcase video and the announcement of the winners to the February 2016 Challenge of the Month. And the theme of the Challenge of the Month was called Crazy Love. Before the announcement of the theme, my audience was encouraged to go vote on a poll, and out of a pool of 20 or 30 characters, the top two were deemed to be in a relationship, and those two people were Deadpool and Harley Quinn. This is a fitting match for two reasons. One is that they're both completely insane psychopaths, and the other is that this year marks their first ever filmic debut, that they each appear in their own films. I don't count X-Men Origins Wolverine as the debut of Deadpool. I'm sure anyone would back me up on that. That being said, before we get to the showcase, I do want to start off by plugging the slideshow video, which shows all of the entries to the Challenge of the Month. There were hundreds of participants, and it's amazing, as always, to see everyone's brilliant contributions. I have a really weird love-hate relationship with the Challenge of the Month, purely because every time the end of the month comes around and I'm forced to announce winners, it's the best process ever because I get to go through all of your entries and see the amazing talent, and it really is inspiring and uplifts me every time. But I hate it at the same time because I feel like in picking a few winners, I also am picking hundreds of people who don't get a prize. But I really want to thank everyone for their participation. It is just a mind-blowing, wonderful honor that you're all contributing to this exciting group experience of being an artistic community, and I love seeing everyone's development and creative ideas. So that being said, and without any further ado, I'm delighted to bring you the showcase of the 2016 February Challenge of the Month, Crazy Love. This piece by Algiark is really well drawn and has awesome comic book style shading and simple colouring. Canio 95's traditional piece has a fantastic quality to it, really nice shading, particularly on Harley Quinn, and I love that parody of that traditional painting, which I forget the name of. Ada White created a piece called Dancing Together, which shows Harley Quinn and Deadpool in a ballroom dancing after, I assume, having shot up the place a bit. Iceman 2814 created a piece of Harley Quinn and Deadpool which has a stylistic, soft quality to it, but it's really nicely painted and has a cute aesthetic as well. Shoot Art painted Savior Deadpool Rescues His Love. Aside from being a really attractive traditional piece, I love the way the piece is presented with the pencils. We also get a sense of scale, and the colouring is really rich and solid, so fantastic work. Delora 2016 created a comic book style entry of Deadpool and Harley Quinn having a bit of a kissy up in the sewers. The shading and the drawing style and the anatomy is particularly impressive on this piece. Ultimate Unix depiction of crazy love between Harley and Deadpool is really cool, especially in the room that they're in torturing a police officer. But I love the way that through simplicity, the ambience and atmosphere of this piece is really well captured. Taco Eating's piece of Deadpool and Harley Quinn is really cute and soft with a really nice cartoony cutesy aesthetic that reminds me a little bit of Scott Pilgrim. I love the way these characters have been personified in really soft cutesy styles that really makes that romantic feeling quite believable. Benson Art created a traditional piece of Harley Quinn and Deadpool, which aside from being entertaining, especially through the expression on Deadpool's face and reaction to Harley Quinn licking his face, is amazingly well coloured, especially the sky and the way the hues of the clouds mix in and the fire and the smoke, especially the solidity of the colouring itself, which seems to be done in a traditional medium, but it's hard to tell because it's so solid and well done. Shaquille Sadler created a piece called Crazy Love? No, it's just a little crush. Now this, in my personal opinion, feels like one of the most fitting character depictions of Deadpool, like he would be a crazy stalker of Harley Quinn. And I also love the fact that he's drawing his own entry to the Challenge of the Month, but the piece itself on the monitor is really impressive in and of itself, so it's a bit of a double whammy here. Fantastic work and a lot of effort has been put into it. The Bee Cat created a piece called Smoky Eyed Lovers, and this piece is very simple but very effective. And I love the way that Harley Quinn and Deadpool both have their own simple shapes with skylines reflected inside and their eyes being made up essentially by smokes of burning buildings from their own respective worlds. A very clever concept and effective use of minimalism. Zazimuth X created a piece of Harley Quinn holding Deadpool's head as a balloon, which is incredibly well painted and has some fantastic soft aesthetics to it with a lot of attention to detail. Vermedge created a piece of Harley Quinn and Deadpool on halftone paper that has an effective use of colour on it that really makes it pop out from that paper, and is so well colored and composed that again it looks really clean and almost digital. It's fantastic. Armor Guard created a piece that I was inclined to include in the showcase anyway because it's well composed and really well executed, but then I had to include after seeing all of my character design characters in the background because I'm completely biased, and I also love the subtle odes to Newgrounds and other little goodies hidden in the piece, which is quite true to Deadpool given the amount of Easter eggs and references that they love to fit in, so I had to include this one. Scene Foley's depiction of love and destruction is so well composed. The use of perspective to guide the eye to the very solid looking centerpiece of the image, which is Deadpool holding Harley Quinn in, I believe is it Dirty Dancing? That pose from that 80s movie, but the foreshortening of the characters on the ground and the way it's colored traditionally but looks absolutely minty is amazing. Cortexafan 7 painted Harley Quinn and Deadpool in front of a nuclear explosion behind them, an extremely clean and well painted and depicted piece with fantastic poses and sense of motion between the two characters. Now we have arrived to the winners of various prizes in the challenge of the month, and the prizes are divided into two pools. There's a beginner category and an open category, and when people enter the challenge of the month, they tag their pieces to whether they feel their skill level at a beginner skill level or in the open category. So starting off with the beginner category, I'm excited to show you a few of the entries that were very close. They didn't quite get anything, but I wanted to give some honorable mentions, and then after we go through a couple of those, I get to show you the runner-up and the winner of the beginner category of the challenge of the month. Artist Mango Matt's depiction of Deadpool and Harley Quinn is quite simple but visually appealing, and also really nice in the way that it's mixed in humour and breaking the fourth wall into this piece in a really effective way. Anna Maria Miram's depiction of Deadpool walking out of an explosion holding Harley Quinn is fantastic, especially on the contrast between the dark around the edges, the fiery explosion, very daring in its gradients and colours, and the really effective, strong and solid shading and shapes used in the characters. Anna Rovetta's traditional depiction of the two is fantastic, especially in its colouring and the gradients used on the characters. This piece is extremely well coloured, and I love that solid feeling throughout the piece. The Frau's Klobasa shows Deadpool dangling from a building saying, "You, me, Spider-Man kiss, now." This piece has very ambitious angle and perspective and character poses with a nice mix of colours, traditional and digital retouching. The New Drawing created a piece called Harpool, which I suppose is their celebrity couple name. Really nice shading on these characters individually and nice use of colours. And the runner-up of the beginner category of the challenge of the month is artist Cub Scout with a piece called Face Doesn't Matter. And while the characters are very simplistic in their colouring and their composition, the poses are extremely strong, the expressions are fantastic, the style is really solid, and the feeling conveyed in this piece is actually really nice as well, where we get the vulnerabilities and the senses of two broken souls connecting, which is actually really effective and well done. And the first prize for the beginner category of the challenge of the month goes to Ricardo C. This piece is entitled Schizophrenic Love, and we show the two crazy people kissing at the scene of destruction, which in their heads is nothing but a wonderful scene full of rainbows, clouds, kittens, and sunshine. This piece is thematically appropriate and effective in the way that we get a scene of destruction as well as what's going on in their heads, and how we can see that their reality is very different from our reality, and also the technical execution. Some very ambitious work going on here with the car, the fire, the lighting of the characters, all of which mix together very well, and for a beginner their artwork is absolutely stunning and is a fantastic entry, well deserving of the first prize in the beginner category. Congratulations to the runner-up and the winner of the beginner category. The runner-up will receive an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop, and the winner will receive a signed copy of a How to Draw book by Christopher Hart, as well as a sketch signed by me and an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the open category, and this is always a wonderful experience because it's so inspiring, and then also a horrible experience because there are so many people I want to give more acclamation and prizes to, but I can't, and I've already complained about that. But the point is, these guys are amazing. So to start off with, I'm going to go through the pool of finalists, and then I will announce the runner-up and the winner to the open category, and anyone who is in the pool of finalists finalists to the open category will receive a free copy of my anatomy bundle from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop. The anatomy bundle contains 2 of my products, one being my ebook Draw with Jazza Easy Anatomy, which is a very clear breakdown and demonstration into how to draw and interpret the human body and its anatomical parts, both male and female, and form and function, as well as the anatomy photo reference and pose pack, which consists of hundreds of photos of a male and female model, both with isolated body parts showing their form and function, as well as turnarounds and a large selection of poses, all of which are taken on 4 angles and many of which also are holding props. And this is to help artists when they're creating their own complex illustrations of humans in poses, so they can clearly demonstrate anatomy in its proper form and function for the various situations they want to depict. So without further ado, this is the pool of finalists for the open category. This piece by artist Martstart is called Harley Loves Deadpool, and we can see that Deadpool definitely loves Harley because he went to the effort of chopping off someone's hand who happened to have a very large diamond ring on it, and with it, he is proposing to his love. Love the painting and the poses of these characters in the piece, and I also particularly love the very subtle but very effective silhouettes in the background showing mounds of dead people that Harley and Deadpool obviously created using a fair amount of teamwork. This piece by Torad H is called I Love Crazy, and believe it or not is traditional, which is mind-blowing because it's so amazing. The watercolor and the textures and the way it's been optimized into its digital form is absolutely stunning. The characters are depicted extremely well. The line of action in the characters' bodies and the way that their bodies have such strong silhouettes and really are designed well and intermingle well in the piece. Fantastic work. Heishi's depiction is called Preparing for a Night Out, and we can see Harley Quinn doing her makeup with Deadpool subtly in the background, holding her hair back and allowing her to do this. And this is nice because we get a sort of subtle glimpse into the mundanity of their relationship and how there's still some romance and how they are sort of acting as a couple with a day-to-day task. And the piece has some really nice texture, some great lighting, and a really nice aesthetic overall. This piece by Mike Pollock H depicts Harley Quinn enjoying having captured the love of her life, but it also seems, with the scratched out writing on the glass that he's sort of stuck in, that she's also had some other loves of her life as well. We can see that we have Joker for Harley, Batman and Harley, and all these other names crossed out, and now her victim of romance is Deadpool. So the theme is really clever, really well executed, the painting is fantastic, the expression on Deadpool's face is priceless. Overall, an extremely dramatic and well executed entry. This piece by Victor Art shows our villain and anti-hero in a eye-locking embrace. The shading of the piece is subtle and the silhouettes are strong. There's a really nice soft feeling throughout the piece with still attention to detail, and a really nice feeling of sincerity and romance in the piece, which is quite nice. And now finally we have arrived to the runner-up and the winner of the open category. And for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce that we have a tie for the runner-up of this month's Challenge of the Month, and one of the 2 runner-up winners is Tara Graphics with a piece called I Think a Cupid Just Pierced My Heart. The style in this piece is fantastic. There's a huge amount of detail, but in a way that isn't distracting, is really effective and guides the eye. The best thing about this piece is how strong the style is and how well it's working, and it's presented in this really nice old school sort of poster style. The silhouettes are strong, the character designs are absolutely phenomenal. I have nothing but praise for this piece, and I just couldn't decide to not give it a prize. It was just too fantastic. So this is one of our runner-ups, and the other piece which is tied for runner-up is by Alessandra, and it's called Helps Me Get Over My Ex, which shows Harley Quinn painting a Joker's smile on Deadpool's face. I highly encourage you all to check out the speed painting that this artist has done of their entry. It's fantastic, and you can find the link to it in the description of their entry. The lighting is amazing, the detail and the texture throughout the piece is fantastic, the composition, though simple, is really effective. Absolutely stunning, and I hope you can see and understand why I wasn't able to pick between these 2. And last but not least, the winner of the Challenge of the Month goes to Giedrius, first prize winner, who created a piece called Harley and Deadpool Crazy Love. I love the way these characters are interacting, the way that Deadpool's helping her tee off of someone's face who they've they've tied up after robbing a bank together. It seems Deadpool's been turned into more of a villain than he normally is portrayed as, but it works so well. The piece has a fantastic aesthetic and texture, and I recommend everyone check out JAZZA'S artwork because they have a fantastic style, and this is the first time that they've won first prize, and I'm very excited to give it to them because it's well deserving and a fantastic depiction, very fitting for the theme and very technically well executed. Congratulations to the runner-up and the winner. The runner-up will receive a copy of the art compilation book 21 Draw, as well as a signed sketch by me and a choice of any item from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop. And of course, the first prize winner will receive a medium Wacom Intuos Pro tablet. The Intuos Pro range of tablets are an elite quality set of tablets capable of very professional results. I highly recommend Wacom and all of their products, so feel free to click the link on the screen and in the description to check out more. The first prize winner will of course also receive an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop. So that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the challenge of the month for February, and the announcement for the next challenge of the month will be later this week. Now, there are a few exciting things about the next challenge of the month, one of which I'll let you know now, and that is that it's going to be a traditional only challenge of the month. I'll go into details in the launch video announcing that, but basically you want to get your pens, papers, canvases, boards, whatever ready because you're going to get your hands dirty. I'm also excited because I'll be announcing a new and additional challenge of the month prize and sponsor, which I'm particularly excited about because they're also going to be the primary sponsor of my YouTube channel. So more on that in the next video. Thank you everyone who has participated. Once again, the link is in the description to that slideshow so you can go view all of the entries. I really appreciate everyone who participates and makes this an amazing art community. I'm so grateful for you all, and I'm so excited for next month. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel to see new content every week. Check out more of my stuff by clicking the annotations over there. If you want to support my work and get a few goodies for yourself, head over to my store for archives, ebooks, and get yourself something nice. That's it for now, and until next time, see you later.